everyone, welcome to another wonderful episode on Spiritual Secrets with Elizabeth. Today, we always have interesting topic, but today is going to be one that will actually blow you off your mind. I know a lot of us will not want to listen to this, but trust me, you really need it. If you're just joining us, this is your first time, please subscribe to my YouTube channel, and also do not forget to follow me on all social media handles, drop your comments, ask questions where you actually are confused and don't know what to say or do. So on today's topic, we're going to be talking about consequences of self-revenge. I know a lot of people like it. When I was growing up, there is this saying, it's in the pidgin English, you do me, I do you, God no dey vex. Yes, there is a level you can take your do me, I do you to. I mean, sometimes I feel that way too. I get so pissed and angry when I'm hurt, okay? But let me share the consequences with us first so that you make your decision whether you want to continue to live like that or not. Now, I wrote down, I said, a lot of us can't differentiate between self-revenge and karma. We think they are one and same, but this is completely not true. There is a big difference between karma and self-revenge. Self-revenge is when you are bitter, angry, and enraged by what someone did to you, and you want to make that individual feel your pains, and even more than what you felt. You are not bothered about the outcome. You just want revenge at all costs. Now, that's my personal definition of self-revenge. And I wanted to say self-revenge can make a man bring calamity upon himself and his entire generation and generations to come, knowingly or unknowingly. A lot of people are going through challenges today because they chose to avenge someone who did them wrong or caused them pain by themselves. It seems somewhat unfair, right? But that is what it is, because there are rules that govern this world we are living in. Remember, I told us that the spiritual controls the physical. Now, yes, you might be angry that someone has offended you and you actually want to avenge what that person did to you and all that, especially when it has to do with your life, especially when it has to do with maybe your family or your loved ones, especially when it has to do with your finances. For those of us that are Nigerian, God, we love money so much, we don't want to lose that part. And then we get so pissed and angry. Now, there are consequences to how you do these things. You have to be careful. When the Holy Book says that God will be our vengeance, that God will avenge all our sins, avenge all our challenges and all our problems and all the challenges that the enemies are putting on us, he had a reason for saying that. Because in the realms of the spirit, there are things you do that will actually come back to you because it's like a chain reaction. So you have to be extremely careful. So I said self-revenge has repercussions, and they are always not pleasant at the end of it all. As a parent, guardian, leader, or teacher, don't ever teach your children or the people around you to practice self-revenge, as it is against both physical and spiritual laws. I know this is very unfair, but it is the truth. Don't teach anybody to avenge anything done to that person by any individual. I know it's not fair. I know a lot of people get angry when they hear this, but trust me, you are the reason why I'm actually teaching us this message today. I said there are so many reasons why self-revenge is very unacceptable, but I'll be sharing a few of them due to our usual time constraints. We don't have all the time, so let me just go straight and start sharing. The very first one, I said we lose ourselves and sometimes those around us. I said in some cases, while looking for a way to avenge the wrong someone did to us, we enter dangerous covenants that would not only destroy our lives, but the destiny and lives of our loved ones and generations yet unborn. Now, there are mothers who will say, my mother-in-law did this to me, did that to me. They are fighting me every day spiritually. They are not letting me rest, witchcraft. And then you decide to say, okay, I want to go and bring one deity into my home that will fight this battle for me. Then before you know what's going on, you go and bring a deity that demands human blood, or that demands that, okay, all the male children in this family must not get married. The day they get married, I will stop protecting the family. All the female children in this family must not give birth to male children. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? Now, imagine if you go to deities that will demand blood or demand anything, demand some, I don't know. What do you get involved in? At the end of the day, you find that you are hurting yourself and your loved ones. Now, long after your demise, this problem will still continue in your family. And not just that alone. There are days where somebody slaps you in the market and you slap the person back. You don't even know who that person is. And that will rub off on your family. I have seen a situation whereby I was walking in the market. It was a mistake. I just brushed someone. And then the next minute, I heard bah behind my back. And I turned. The woman had given me a dirty slap. I cannot even understand. I'm like, Mama, what did I do? You say, why you match me? You don't see me? And I just looked at her. I shook my head and I walked away. What if I'm the kind of person that don't have a forgiving heart? Or maybe I'm the kind of person that has some special spirits around me. They will beat that woman and her generation for the rest of their life. So it's something that you have to be very careful when you are trying to exert self-revenge on people. The thing is, you don't even know who is going to get hurt at the end of the day. The second one, I said, we become restless and bitter inside of us. This one is both physical and spiritual, trust me. I said some of us find it hard to let go of what was done to us. Even the slightest mistake of some is unforgettable. We start looking for ways to retaliate and cause that fellow harm. Whenever we see or hear about the person, we are angry, bitter, and restless. We don't want to hear any good news about that person. This puts us in a more depressed and bitter mood. And trust me, when you are in this kind of state, you are bitter, you are angry, you have grudge in your heart, you will not be able to fully assess the spiritual. Let it go. Don't get angry. Don't get too pissed about anything. Just let it go. When you have such grudge in you, your energy around you that period will automatically change. If you have a sweet-smelling aroma around you, your scent, your human scent, you know, we humans, we don't even know this, that we have a scent. Your scent, your smell, when people walk into that place, but because you have allowed that rage to engross you, because you have allowed that rage to take over your inner mind, your scent and your smell completely changes. Now, when you walk into an environment, all people see around you is negativity, grudge, every other thing. So you understand it is not just about the physical. Don't forget that in the physical, you're already depressed. People now see you as a masochist or a sadist. You don't even want, you don't care. The pain, you just want to live with pain until you are able to achieve the aim of actually revenging what that person did to you. So please, when next you are thinking of ending it that way, remember that the most important thing is your spiritual energy, your spiritual smell, your scent. What will it attract? And let me even let you know, the moment you start having such smell, you will start attracting demons. You start attracting different spirits. That's why they tell you, they say, this person was very nice before, and all of a sudden now it don't change. What do you expect? When you attract the wrong spirit, they will influence you the wrong way, and then you will become something else. That's what it is in the spiritual. And I said, you pay a price in the realms of the spirit for self-revenge. This is very, very delicate. I said, anytime you carry out self-revenge, you will be in debt spiritually. For whatever you do physically will be demanded of you to defend and pay back in the spiritual. This is because the spiritual places equal rights and justice on both the wicked and the kind. No matter who you are physically, it is the same laws that govern us all in the realms of the spirit. So you can't say because someone raped your daughter physically, you will go and murder that person by yourself. The moment you do that, even though your reason was cogent enough physically, it is not so in the spiritual. For you now have a debt of murder to pay, while the rapist will still pay the charge of raping someone. The rapist will still be charged with rape. Do you understand? Now, I would rather prefer to be charged with rape than be charged with murder. Because the truth is, in the spiritual, for every one life you take, another life is demanded to replace it. There are no two ways about it. If you take a life another life is needed. If you take 2 lives, another life is needed. If you take 3 lives, another life is needed. So you have a debt to pay of 3 to 4 lives, depending on how many lives you have taken, for those who enjoy taking lives. Now imagine you saying somebody raped your daughter, or somebody offended you, or somebody did something, and you decided to go that way. In the realms of the spirit, these are debts you must pay. And the truth is, like I said, it is the same law that governs the wicked and the good. So whether you are wicked or kind, whether you are good or bad, it is the same law in the realms of the spirit that governs us. Nobody is above the law. So when you break any rules, you are out there, you will pay your rule. You will pay the price. So physically, you are okay. Let's assume that physically you were charged to court for murder. And they will say it's for self-defense and free you. In the realms of the spirit, you are not free. You are not free. When you pass to the great beyond, you will go back and pay the price for murder. That is if you don't start paying the price here on planet Earth before you pass. And of course, your generation and generation and generation to come will pay the same price. I said, the next one is you lose spiritual protection and coverage. Every one of us born into this world has spiritual coverage and shield upon our lives. More like a firewall preventing viruses from attacking your space on the internet. The moment you carry out self-revenge and broke certain rules, you lose protection and become vulnerable due to your impurity or breaking the rule of that realm. Now, the moment you break a certain rule, remember the Holy Book says, he that breaketh the edge, the serpent will bite. Now, remember, I will use this as an example, an illustration in the Holy Book, the life of Job. When the devil went to meet God on a discussion, God said, have you seen my servant Job? And what did he say to God? He said, it is because you are protecting him, so I cannot touch him. And God said, okay, you want me to remove my protection? Let's see what you can do. And that protection was taken away. And then you saw what happened to Job. Now, that is the same thing that happens to you in the spiritual. The moment you break a rule that you're not meant to break, the moment you do the wrong thing, in the realms of the spiritual, the spirits, the deities, your guiding angels, those spirits that are meant to protect you in that area, automatically hands off. That is why you see some men of God, or you see some spiritual leaders, not just men of God alone. The easiest way to destroy them is to find that one thing that they care about or love so much. Remember the case of Samson. I had it in one of our messages here, but I will still share it here. Samson could not be destroyed, but they knew his weakness, which was women, beautiful women, and then they brought one for him. The same thing with you. The moment he broke that particular edge, they were able to get what they want from him spiritually, and it manifested in the physical. The same thing with so many spiritual leaders. So you have to make sure that whatever it is, when you want to have self-revenge on someone, ask yourself, is it worth it? Because that is why I keep telling people, it is always good for you to understand a lot of things before you dabble into a lot of things. You have to understand how the spiritual works before you start doing things in the physical. Be very careful. As I'm here now, I find it very difficult to tell myself, I'm going to do that, because I have come to understand that even if I don't lift a finger, something will happen to you. So I don't have to do anything. Because why? There are already spiritual laws guiding these things that if you do this, this is what you get. And lastly, I said, when you unknowingly carry out self-revenge on someone, you are not allowed to touch spiritually. Now, this is very important. This is the most dangerous mistake you can make in the quest of seeking self-revenge. There are individuals, even when they are the ones that offend you, it is a taboo in the realms of the spirit to avenge their evil act on you. Some of these people are planted in your life to cause you pain deliberately. While some are just favored spiritually, no matter what they do, you can't avenge them nor place a curse on them, because you will be punished because of that. Only the Almighty God can attend to these kind of people, their cases. Leave them alone. Leave them alone. And they are everywhere on this planet Earth, so you don't even know who you are dealing with. That's the more reason why you ignore people. Someone once told me long ago, he said, Effie, stop calling people names. Stop saying this to people. Stop getting angry. Stop cursing people when you are angry. And I asked him, I said, why would you say that? He said, because sometimes the people you curse, the curse is coming back to you. It's just because of the grace of God upon your life. Do you understand? So it took me maturity, and nobody is perfect, okay? You can make that mistake. But it took me years to get used to it. Sometimes when I want to lay curses on people, I hold my mouth back. I just hold my mouth. I get angry so much that I want to lay curses on people. I hold back because you don't even know who you are cursing. Now, let me even break it for you. There are people in the realms of the spirit that it is their punishment. They are being punished by the spiritual. Now, they are being punished by highest authorities in the spiritual. And the highest authority in the spiritual, because they know that these people's suffering is too much, they will also put a command and say, if anybody places a curse on this person, the curse will only go back to that same person. You can't curse them. You can't fight them. You can't kill them. The moment you try it, the moment you kill them, they will not take just you. They will take your entire generation and generations to come. Yes, there are people like that. And there are people who have grace spiritually that God has already said. You know what they said in the Holy Book? Touch not my anointed. They are the actually really anointed ones. I'm not talking about the ones that are flaunting themselves as anointed. The Bible is talking about the real anointed ones. Touch not my anointed, and do my prophets no harm. No matter what they do, it is between them and their creator. You have absolutely no role to play in it. You can't do anything to them. So each time you are thinking of self-revenge, remember what we have just shared. Remember what we've just discussed. There are so many of them, but I cannot bring them here because of time. So today I'm going to be drawing the curtain here. I'm going to tell you, please, when next somebody offends you, look away. Yes, you can actually look away. I know it is difficult as a human being, but trust me, you can look away. And allow karma, you know, the natural chain reaction to play out in the life of that individual. I am guilty of it also. You know, even last week I was telling someone, there's one particular man I want electric shock to kill. Yes, we all are guilty of it. But the truth is, it is just the truth. It is just the truth. Do not engage on anything that has to do with self-revenge. Until next week when I come your way again, I hope I'll be able to hear from you. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Send me messages. Follow me on all my social media handles. And let's talk about the spiritual. I love you.